this unceded land for the people of the Coast Salish people, and any the only one more Palestinian than me on this land is the people aware of their struggle on this land, the indigenous people. My name is An-Nahawi. L is very important. My family has a library started in the 5th century, and it's been stalling now, and it's been in the so-called the Hebrew University. They stole our homes, they stole our land, they stole our libraries, our language, our food, they stole everything. And it's shame to talk about that here. Didn't we learn from colonial settler here? When isn't settler colonialism would never succeed without genocide. You cannot separate these two things. Meanwhile, we pay taxes to government that go and legitimize and whitewash apartheid that the Zionists themselves wrote everything about their colonial settler project. The same fools who stood in our parliament and made an standing ovation, to a Nazi also supporting apartheid in Palestine. And they talk in our name. Anybody differentiate between indigenous people struggle is a colonialist. You cannot tell me that what's going on in Palestine is different than any colonization around the world. This is not my word. I have a shortcut for you. I don't like shortcut, but here we have an easy way to expose Zionists. Let's read their own writing. Zionists had 3 groups. What's going on, before I start with that, what's going on in Gaza is a slaughter. What can I say? And I am mad. But there is one thing. Knowledge is what we have, most important thing. We cannot face racism with racism. Anybody want to stand with Palestinian need to respect Jews, Arab, and all of these people. We have Arab Jews. What are you talking? We have our own Jews who've been now divided between who are they? Are they Arab or Jews? This is what Zionism did to our land. Now, I was talking about their own words. Jabotinsky. If you don't know Jabotinsky, you are missing the whole story. Zionism has 3 parts. Right-wing Zionism and left-wing Zionism, and they have their gangs like the Haganas and who did all these ethnic cleansing crimes back in Palestine. Jabotinsky, he was a fascist. Mussolini once said, for Zionism to succeed, you need to have a Jewish flag, a Jewish state, and a Jewish language. And the one who understands that is your fascist Jabotinsky. When Mussolini calls somebody a fascist, that is a certification. And this Jabotinsky, the personal secretary of this fascist, is the father of Netanyahu. Let that sink in your head. The father of the prime minister of the apartheid Israel was the executive assistant and the personal secretary to a known racist and a fascist. And they tell us about their rights in our land. Netanyahu's name is Milikowiski. He is from Poland. He has nothing to do with Palestine. And don't tell me it's about religion. Zionists wanted to have a colonial settler land in Argentina, in Uganda, and in Palestine. So has nothing to do with it. So again, sorry. Jabotinsky said, every indigenous people will resist alien settlers as long as they see any hope of ridding themselves of the dangers of foreign settlement. That is what the Arab in Palestine are doing, and what they will persist in doing as long as there is remain a solitary spark of hope that they will be able to prevent the transformation of Palestine to the land of Israel. They called us indigenous. They called themselves colonial settler. They tell you there is no Palestine. But how about Herzl himself wrote the word Palestine 495 times in his diaries. I did not count them. I have a PDF document of this diary, and it still be that. Also, he said colonialism, he wrote colonialism 141 times. Colonial, he wrote it 121 times. If they are not colonialists, and if there is no Palestine, Herzl and all these Zionists need to be, somebody take care of their mental brain, not ruling our land. That's what's happening here. We have fanatic using religion to steal our land. And what is more shame, that some people here want to make a play called The Runner about settler, just to promote the settler colonialism narrative. I was trained as a critic in theater. I know what a theater and how important theater is. And I have one statement to every theater. You are a disgrace to theater. You should know better. How about that person who wrote in the time colonist? And by the way, I am anti-colonist. How about that person who wrote that we missed a chance to have voices, Palestinian voices, next to Israeli voices? I want to remind that person, do you want to have Nazi voices next to Jewish voices? That's what it's for us. And if you don't understand that, you should know better. And shame on all these people who stand with colonialism on this land. It's insult to Palestinian, it's insult to people here. I want to finish with two things. Malcolm X said, they want you to suffer peacefully. And then he laughed. They want you to suffer peacefully. They want to occupy your land, steal your land, cut your olive trees, and you should just shut up. No, we are not going to shut up. And we are always going to speak. And we are always going to resist. Even we are mad, but we need to think properly. The road is so long. Here people are complicit with little luxuries. We are not going, no, don't tell me about revolution. Talk about education and awareness. Revolution will happen in Egypt, in Uganda, in a place where they really struggle because of our BS here. So, don't forget about the elephant in the room. It is Mr. Biden who once said, Israel is the best investment American has. If there were no Israel, we will invent Israel. I will finish with Ghassan Kanafani. To us, to liberate our country, have dignity, to have respect, to have mere human rights is something as essential as is life. Free Palestine! Free